All right, guys, not sure how all the video is gonna come together here. Taking this front forks and everything off the Goldwing. I've got the forks over there, the front fender, front wheel. I'm gonna pull that wheel off here in just a minute, see if I can get the other wheel on it. Right now, basically what I'm gonna do is pull this headlight housing here off and disconnect the wires and get these chrome pieces, all this crap out of here. And basically try to get everything off the front, those bike bars and whatnot. So gonna go ahead and get started. Probably not gonna record all this step by step. Probably just gonna do cut-ins, tell you what I'm doing and go from there. Another thing, once I get all this off, then I'm gonna start pulling like these engine guards off, some of that stuff that's not gonna go back on the bike, getting some of this stuff off. A lot of this is going to get repainted, clean the frame up, and kind of the same thing. I think the end goal on this bike is to black everything out. So much crap as I can get off of it, and as much of it I can get blacked out, is kind of where we're going. So as well as I'd like to get that rear tire off today. That's kind of one of our big concern is whether or not that new tire is going to actually fit in there with that drive shaft as close as it is. So try to get that off as well today. It looks like I'm gonna have to pull the exhaust out from underneath it, so I'm gonna have to kind of figure out how to set this thing down and get a different jack or something underneath it, because the way this is all set up, you can see where those pipes, they're actually, I believe it's sitting on the back pipe. I may be able to put a jack underneath the back because it looks like the front's clear. Maybe put a jack underneath the back when I start done doing these headers down here. So anyway, I'll cut back here in a second once I get this stuff pulled off the front. And again, I don't know how the video quality is going to come out on this last video. I got a new toy. I got a GoPro, so I'm giving that kind of a shot. Again, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, and it may be just as simple to set it up on a tripod or something, but I was trying to use the headpiece, and looking at some of the video, it looks like it might be high, so I'm going to try to cut all that together and get the best footage as I can to make a video of taking that front portion apart. So I'll cut back here the headlight off and put in the bin, disconnected the wire for it. It's actually a decent headlight, and right now I'm pulling these cheap turn signals off. These things are pretty crappy. They're like plastic cheapies. So pulling those off, disconnecting all these wires. They just had these taped up in here. Not real sure. Maybe this has, I didn't look in there to see. It looks like just one bulb, but maybe it had running lights or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna get all these wires disconnected, get everything pulled out. You can see somebody's been in here before. Some of this stuff they've got marked here that they've disconnected and whatnot. So I'm gonna continue pulling this out, pull this headlight bezel off, pull these chrome pieces off. All right, so I got the headlight bezel out, got the speedo off. It's actually a pretty decent speedometer. It was up here, got that taken off. I've got most of the wiring pulled loose. I've got all the connections for your on-off, turn signals, all that crap, starter, all your stuff up here on your hand controls. Everything's been pulled loose. So right now I'm gonna break these loose and drop the master cylinder here on the front and kind of let it hang up there. And then I'm just gonna pull these handlebars off and pull the throttle cable, all that good stuff off. And then the next thing will be to pull this neck triple tree out and see if I can get those chrome pieces out of there. And like I said, I got new bearings for everything to put back up in the front end. So new wheel bearings, new neck bearings, as well as for the rear wheel as well. So I'm gonna keep pulling stuff apart. All right, guys. Basically got I haven't got the triple tree completely out, but got the top piece off. Still got to loosen up here to drop the bearings and everything. I'm gonna try to drop this all together, and I don't have to disconnect some of this brake stuff. we'll see. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world if I have to drain all the brakes and re-bleed it all, but I'm gonna try to keep it all together, which I think I can just undo here and here, and this will all come off of the triple tree. That's gonna be the next step here. And again, I may leave this up on the front for right now. I got new bearings for it. I'm not sure how far I'm gonna go. If I'm just, because some of this stuff, I mean, the paint's pretty good, it's just dirty. So I may just clean it up and not worry about painting the whole frame. Because again, I don't know that I'm gonna pull this motor out for sure. I really don't wanna pull the motor. So it may be more just clean everything up, paint the spots that need to be painted that are gonna be visible or that are got some surface rust, stuff like this. You know, maybe clean that up and paint some of that. But yeah. For the most part, I'm gonna try not to, but we'll see where that all goes. So next thing I'm gonna do is pull some of these crash guards off and kind of work my way back, try to get the exhaust off, drop the rear shocks off, get the rear wheel off of it. So basically I have a frame and motor sitting here, and then we'll go back. Looking at this thing, the radiator looks pretty decent. It's got an aluminum radiator. It looks pretty clean. So I'm kind of wondering if some of this, because these pieces I know they've been painted, kind of wondering what all has been done to this bike. It's actually, for the most part, it's pretty straight. I mean, it's pretty clean bike. I don't think it's spent a lot of time outside. It's got some spots here where it looks like fuel or something's probably got up on top of this tank, most likely where it spilled out, filling it or something ran down it. I'm not real sure, but really other than that, I mean, the rest of this bike, even down here inside your triple trees and your fork pieces here, it's pretty clean. So really overall the bike is not in that bad of shape. But again, kind of what I try to do here is, like all the parts, speedometer, I won't be reusing this one, but still I try to keep everything sorted out and in a tub or in something. Try to keep it all together as well. Same with the bolts. A lot of times if it's something a little more in detail, like if I was pulling the motor apart, something like that, I'd probably get Ziploc baggies and label everything. But where most of this stuff, it's pretty obvious where things go. They're not all the same size. I'm just putting them in a tray like this and keeping them separated. So again, going to continue on this, get some more pulled off. I'll cut back in just a little bit. All right, guys, got a little more done. You can see, got the exhaust, the rear slip-ons off. That themselves, hell, they weigh a ton. So getting rid of those cut a lot of weight off of this bike. I was kind of surprised how heavy those damn things were. So got those off. Got the engine guards off both sides. Don't think I'm gonna put them back on, but we'll see what the owner of the bike wants to do. So man, it's getting closer to being stripped down. Getting ready to pull this back wheel and drop these shocks off. Then I think it's gonna be starting to kind of clean some of this stuff up. I'm gonna yank the carbs out. Got a rebuild kit for those, and I may try to reposition the jack or do something. I might have to wait for somebody to come over and help me, but reposition it a little bit so I can get the header pipes off. Like I said, at this point it's gonna be getting everything kind of cleaned up, what all needs paint, and really checking to see if that back tire is gonna fit in there, that type of stuff. And then we'll flip onto the other side and it'll be the putting the bike back together. So cut back here in just a second. I'm gonna get these shocks off and get this wheel dropped. All right, guys, kind of place that tire in there slightly. Man, I'm not sure. It's gonna be tight. I don't know how well you guys can see that. There is some clearance there on the edges. On either side, you can see there is a little bit of a gap. So I don't know. It's going to be really, really tight. It may not work, but we're gonna go ahead. I think I'm gonna mount it on the wheel over here. Get this pulled off. Get that tire put on. I'm kind of hoping when I air it up, maybe it'll pull in just a little bit too. I don't know. If it works, it's gonna look badass. So I'm really, really hoping that it will. Then we'll get the knobby on the front. But this is probably where I'm going to end this video. Again, kind of my goal today was to get all the crap off the bike, everything stripped down, and kind of see where I'm at as far as where I'm going from here. Is, do I want to pull that motor out? Do I just want to leave it in the bike and black everything out? I think if I pull the carbs off, pull some of this other crap out, I think I can black that engine out from here. Maybe I may have to pull the radiator, I don't know. Again, like I said, I really don't want to go, I really don't want to have to pull the motor if I don't, if I don't need to. So we'll see. But anyway, that's where it's going to end for today. If you guys have any questions on this build or parts, what I'm doing exactly, feel free to ask. I'll try to get back to everybody in the comments. Again, love it if you guys hit that subscribe button and share my content, like it, dislike it, whatever. I just really like the feedback. So thanks again, guys.